Yo, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to talk about Crush Them All and Guild Wars. So let's get started on that. Guild Wars are something they just added, and it's where they match up two guilds, and you guys see who's the best. So there's 3 phases, and the first one is the prep phase, and during which you'll be able to see your own base. And in the middle here you have a castle and then 6 forts. Each player gets to put 1 fort army and 1 castle army, so you have to pick which fort you want. I usually just go with the fort that I have the strongest character in, so like this time I went with Brawler or Barbarian, and then I just put a bunch of my other barbarians in there as well. Since this is a barbarian fort, all barbarians will get the buff plus 100%, which is the same as taking their power times 2. Okay, once all of you guys have armies in your forts, you can see my clan's missing these 4 slots. We're not that organized. If you have a free slot, it's just like giving your opponent a free attack, so you want to fill all slots. And then everyone makes a castle army. I just used all the troops I had left after I filled my fort, and like my 2 healers. And when you make your castle army, you want to kind of think about what forts are there. So like there's a fire fort, and then also mage, samurai, brawler, barbarian. So any red mage, red samurai, red brawler, red barbarian, or even red support, any of those characters are going to get double buffs. So those are ones you definitely want to put in your castle. Alright, so after prep phase, it's the fort attacking phase. During this phase, each hero can only attack 1 time. You can have 3 attacks though, so you're going to have 3 different teams. Just remember that and think about your teams in advance. What that usually means is like my first attack was against, this is our base, my first attack was against this guy who had 128 power before buffs. And then my next attack was against someone really weaker like this one who had 46,000 power. So usually for me, my first attack, I go with like my strongest army, keep a couple of key heroes for my second attack, and then my third one's kind of just whoever I can get. So each fort has 5 slots, and you get a different amount of points for attacking each slot. So like the first one's worth 80 for a win, then 70, 60, 50, and 40 points. You need 700 total to capture a fort. Like see this one, 580 plus 120. So you need 700 total. If you kill these 4 bottom slots, you'll end up with 660 points. So you have to defeat this first place team 1 time. You only have to beat them 1 time. You don't have to actually kill that first place team, but you do have to beat them 1 time to capture the fort. So if you can't beat this first team even once, don't even worry about trying to take that fort. Just focus on forts that you can take and you will definitely get the buffs from. So the most important fort to go for is always going to be the color. In this case, that would be the red fort. The red buff will give a buff to way more heroes than any of the classes by themselves. So you always want the color. After that, I think support are the best characters just because of Merlinus and Vlad. With those 2 healers, like you check my army, I have both of them in my army. And if we get this support buff, they'll both get a boost and just keep healing my army and keeping them alive. Next is Barbarian, which we did capture, because I think with support and Barbarian characters, that's all you need, and you can win the game. Barbarians have such high health, give them a buff, and it's even more ridiculous, especially if you have a red Barbarian. And it looks like we're going to keep our Barbarian and red fort, so our red Barbarians will get plus 400%. That's like taking their power times 5. So that's ridiculous. The last phase is the castle attack phase. In this phase, you have 3 attacks again. Each hero can only attack once, but it like starts over for this phase. Just make sure you pick a battle that you can win. Even if you can't win, if you kill a couple of their heroes, you'll get points, but it won't be nearly as much. So what you would do is just come through here, like this team, I can't win. My best team is like around 250,000. So I'm just gonna scroll to the back here and look at these guys, and then I would pick some of these for my first attack, and then go down here, and then maybe hit one of these freebies. You want to make sure your clan is organized, and you always fill up these spots, because this is just giving our clan guild extra free attacks. During the castle attack phase, whoever has the most points after is the winner, and that one's just pretty obvious. I think the most important phase is the fort phase. Make sure you put one really strong army in each fort, because they'll have to kill the first one at least one time to take the fort. Put one strong army in each fort, and really make sure you defend up the color and your other favorite forts. You know, every guild is going to be different. If at guild everyone focuses on samurai, well, go for the samurai fort. That'll be better just for you. But the colors, support and barbarian, are always the most important. If you take the color fort, secure a few extras along with it. Choose your teams for the castle based on what buffs are available, and if you do that right, like this is our fort, he's got red, they'll get buffs, and my army has like mages, because we have the mage fort here. I put a couple of brawlers in, so just make sure you pick your armies based on the buffs, secure their forts, and you'll win every time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe. See you guys next time.